Hello, 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 my fellow askers. So I know we've been talking a lot about immunity, and one of the topics that I really wanted to touch on today was emotions or stress. So many times we know that we tell people that when they get all stressed out, you can see the veins in their neck popping out and they're getting really angry. You need to be careful. You're going to cause yourself to get a stroke or have a heart attack. And we don't really realize the really implications of what we're saying, because it is absolutely true that stress on our body causes so many health issues. And it's not just about those quick instances where we increase our blood pressure, or we have the instance where we say, you're going to have a heart attack or a stroke, but knowing that that constant stressor or that constant emotional high is not necessarily a good thing on so many parts of our body. And so what they're showing now, and there's actually a study done at Harvard, is that somebody with increased stress and constant stress, because a lot of times we have a quick stress, and that's normal, and we can't get away from that. We have a day-to-day life. But when somebody is constantly stressed out, or what I like to call passionate, and I have to tell you, I hate that person that does the air quotes, but I just did it. Okay, so anyway. So the person that's really passionate about every topic, everything's larger than life, they're in a constant stressor state. And so they're showing that it is increasing the chances of a person that's in that state. I think it's like 36% higher for you to get an autoimmune disease. And the main reoccurring autoimmune disease seems to be rheumatoid arthritis. And so a lot of people will say, well, no, I'm not stressed out. And then as we get to talking to them, they'll say, but I worry about what's going on in the nation. And I watch the TV and I get upset, or I watch the political party, or the something about the religion or my neighbor or anything. And what you find is worry, fear, anxiety, frustration are a part of our lives. It's how we cope with those things. And so one of the things that I want to tell you is, yes, stressor causes your blood pressure to raise. It can cause strokes. But the other thing is it lowers your immune system. And right now, especially with the flu season coming up, it is so imperative that we keep our immune system strong. And the reason why is because stress actually releases cortisol, which lowers the number of white blood cells that are being produced in your body. And so somebody that's in a constant stressor state is actually lowering and continuing to lower their ability to fight just the normal infections, bacteria that we come in contact with every single day. And again, if we start to lower that, our body has a tendency to take on every infection, from cold sores and canker sores to ear infections, bladder infections. But again, it also opens up that door to an autoimmune disease. And so we often think about rheumatoid arthritis, joint pain, those kind of things like brain fog, as things that come with old age. And unfortunately, we need to take a step back and look to see exactly what's going on in our life, not just what we're eating, but what's eating us. And so that's something that we really want to look at from this point forward. But the other thing is how we cope with that. And a lot of times we cope with stress ineffectively as well. Again, just like when we're in pain, we take a pain pill. It takes care of that symptom, but it does not cure the underlying problem. When we're suffering from stress, a lot of times people will have a drink at night, or they suffer from migraine headaches because of it. Well, that's something that we need to look at, is how are we coping with that? Are we just self-medicating? Are we taking a pain pill to get rid of the headache but not really taking care of what's causing the headache? Are we having a drink after the kids go to bed to kind of mellow out because we've had a very stressful day? Those occasionally are fine, but if we start to do those quite regularly, those are really taking things not in a good way, and we're not really taking care of the stressor. And so what we do at Ask Stacy now is we actually do neurofeedback, and we work on retraining the brain how to handle those things. It is especially important for people who suffer with PTSD as well, because everything may be a stressor, and they may be very difficult for them to pinpoint exactly what's going on with them. So if you find that you are maybe not handling stress so well, maybe you're not coping with stress so well, or you have a lot of stress on you, I really want you to look at how your health is looking, how your digestion is looking, because your digestion actually stops working at that point when you are extremely stressed out. And then as your levels start to decrease and you stop to get stressed out, then your digestion can take over. But unfortunately, if you're always in a stressed out state, your digestion will always be compromised. And then our body is not receiving the nutrients that it needs because our digestion isn't working properly. So as you can see, stress has so many layers to it, and it affects so many different things that just saying that you're stressed out is going to cause a heart attack, you have not even hit the tip of that iceberg. And so right now what I want you to do is just relax. I know that's extremely easy to say, but during this time while you're watching this, I just want you to take nice, slow, deep breaths. And whether it's 1 minute or you have 10 minutes just to sit by yourself, take whatever opportunity you have to just relax. But if you have any additional questions, please feel free to PM me, and I will send you some information about things you can do yourself just to have a nice relaxation and help slow down your central nervous system, so that way you are not compromising your immune system, your digestion, or your brain. Have an absolutely spectacular morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you're watching this, and thank you so much for joining me on this journey. Have a great day.